flooding has begun again as usual in the capital as the rains came down this afternoon. And it seems that, well, the story has not changed. Flooding in parts of the capital today following just a few minutes of rain. What is the situation where you are? We certainly want you to share with us your experience on our social media platforms. You can also call us on 0302-211-691 or 692. Is there any emergency situation going on where you are as a result of the rains? Call us, let us know. But as we're speaking, there were some children trapped in a school earlier, a preschool in Ajringano. The Little Legends preschool suddenly found itself surrounded by rainwater, with the inhabitants unable to escape. They were rescued and the children were taken to a nearby police station. So this, in fact, is a public announcement to any of you who have children at Little Legends Preschool in Ajringano, near the old Shop and Save, to please go to the nearby police station where your children are being kept safe. So that's just public information for you. Little Legends Preschool in Ajringano, not far from the old Shop and Save. Your children are safe, everybody's safe, and they've been taken to the nearest police station, and you can pick them up there safely. We can speak to George AC. He's a communications director for NADMO. He's joining us on the line right now. Mr. AEC, good afternoon. The story, sadly, is a little too familiar. But what is the current situation across the capital? Are there people stranded and in need of your attention?
Yeah, thank you, Kojo. Yes, Jowulu, we had a report. Our men were sent there that somebody was trapped somewhere there. But they've gone there. Local people within the community came to help, and they've been able to save the person. At Adenta Red Cove Flats, we understand a bus carrying passengers was swept by the flood waters. But fortunately, the people or passengers in the bus were saved. But the bus has been washed away. So our people are there trying to help get the bus out. That's the 207 bus type. And other places were flooded. I said somewhere near Achimota, we had a distress call that between Pentecost Church Bridge and then to the Azuma Nelson House. It's difficult for cars to cross that bridge. It's flooded. And so we sent the signal, and people were made to avoid that road and use the Akwetema or La Paz road or go through the Insawam main road. Having said this, places that were flooded, we had reports from Stintex, the Kanda Club 10, Medina, Adenta, Kanesi as usual, and then American House, East Legon. That place was flooded today. Pantan, Ajringano, and then Asalam down. Teshi Bush Road was also flooded, and then Asalebuche. Fortunately, these were all flash flooded, and definitely Circle was also flooded today. So these are the updates that we've gotten. So far, no report of any, disaster or havoc being caused by these floods.
Right. Now, we're hearing reports that the military have deployed a boat to the Circle area. Do you know about this? Is this part of your operation? What's that about?
Updated on that, but our men have been asked to move to the Circle area, so they will bring the feedback if that is happening.
Right. Now,
we've gotten a report that the Circle area is also flooded.
Right. Now, we've started to notice that every time it rains, new parts of the city get flooded, parts that didn't flood before. What is accounting for this?
Yeah, this is as a result of the continuous building on waterways. That's definitely the main reason why these hitherto places that have not been known to be flooded are being flooded now. Last time when it rained, the Parakou estate, which we've never had any report of flooding there, was flooded. And some of our people who stayed there were all surprised. And we got to know somebody had put up a building somewhere that is actually blocking the free flow of the water. And so this is the main reason why places that were not flooded earlier these days are beginning to get flooded, and it's worrying. So our monitoring of the building on waterways, we need to up it and then make sure we stop people from that, especially the assemblies. They have the mandate and authority to so act.
Yeah. I was going to ask, it's obvious that this is a job that the local authorities ought to be doing, but does NADMO have a plan to perhaps step in if there is a continued inability of local authorities to deal with people building on waterways? Does NADMO have a plan to step in on grounds of emergency and perhaps deal with this problem more decisively?
We do, but Kojo, we don't have the power. We take the authority from the assemblies. Yeah, we can identify, we tell them these buildings shouldn't be there, but we don't have the authority to so act. So it's the assembly that has the authority, and we lean on them to do that. So when we do the recommendation, it's within their remit to so act. And until and unless the LI is passed, we cannot do anything. We will only be leaning on the assembly for the authority.
Now, about 2 or 3 downpours ago, the rainfall that caused the death of a number of people in a pickup traveling, a military pickup traveling from on the Tema motorway. I remember that before the rains got heavy, we received warnings from NADMO, from your deputy director, who warned that people should not drive through bodies of water that they see on the roads because you can't never tell how deep they are. Now, are there any warnings that you want to give out today in light of the rain that's coming down?
Yes. So we keep reiterating this is the issue because the warning from Matthew is that there's going to be rain and the volume of water that is going to be collected on the ground is going to be high. And so if the volume is high, then it tells you it's going to be swift as well. That is why we keep saying don't drive through the flood waters. I just spoke to you about 207 bars being swept away by the flood water. So it's swift. And you know when the relationship between the car tires and then the road, the frictional forces is what is keeping it going. And so when there's liquid or flood water, it reduces the force of friction. And then the water can have its own way or get the upper hand and can sweep you off. So we plead with drivers. I have videos on my phone that shows heavily loaded articulated trucks being washed away by flood water. Okay, so let's try as much as possible to be patient. Heed the advice or the warnings of the meteo services that it's going to rain. Pay attention, wait till after the rain, or you go earlier than the time so you reach your destination before the rain setting, because it comes with windstorm and others, and trees can fall, billboards are falling off and cold. So it's risky if we want to be walking through or driving through the rainwaters. So let's all pay heed to these warnings.
Okay, so I mean, heavy rain means more incidents of disaster and the need of rescue.
We don't hope so, Kojo. We can avoid it. When it rains, it doesn't necessarily mean there should be a disaster.
But that is the reasonable expectation. I mean, if you didn't plan for that, then you would be irresponsible.
We do, but our people can also do well to avoid any incident. You know, if we say, wait, get to a safer place, get to a higher ground, if you live in a flood-prone zone and go, if they pay heed to all these warnings, we can minimize or completely avoid flood disasters, especially carrying people away.
So are you equipped? Are you properly, equipped logistically, financially, to deal with the heavier rains to come?
Yeah, for now, yes. Our men have been trained, especially the search and rescue team. We've had exercises at the vineyard prior to the rains coming in. And so when there is any listing and you call us, our men will be dispatched to the place. When you talk about we equip financially and co, I believe you are pushing me towards the possibility of relief items and co. Yes, for the short term, NADMO can handle the situation. But the fortunate thing is if the victims the numbers are large, then we can press the emergency button and the state will come in to support. So depending on the number of victims and the circumstances, NADMO will be able to stand up to the responsibility.
George, thank you for your time with us this afternoon. All the best to you and your men. That's George AEC, Communications Director for NADMO. All right, you can call them 0243-162-902 if you have any situation that requires their attention. But you can also call us 0302-211-691 or 692. Tell us what's happening in your area following the very brief but very powerful rainfall this afternoon. We want to know if you're safe. We want to know if there's a situation that requires the attention of the authorities. We want to know how you are. So call us 0302-211-691 or 692, or just go to social media. We're on Facebook.com/JoyNews.